The quantum cartographer. The quantum resonance chamber hummed with an electrical intensity that made Zara Reynard's hair stand on end. Pale blue holographic projections danced around her, mapping impossible trajectories through the vast darkness of interstellar space. Her fingers, long and precise, danced across the quantum interface, translating complex mathematical patterns into navigational possibilities that no human had ever conceived before. Rowan Voss watched her from the pilot's station, a weathered veteran of countless space missions who had seen technology evolve beyond recognition. Yet something about Zara's work still managed to surprise him. "You're plotting a course through quantum probability streams," he observed, more statement than question. Zara didn't look up, her emerald eyes reflecting the holographic data. "Not just plotting, Rowan. I'm translating. Every potential pathway is a language, and I'm learning to read it." The spaceship, christened the Horizon Breaker, was humanity's most advanced exploration vessel. Equipped with experimental quantum navigation systems and an integrated AI named Nexus, it represented the pinnacle of human technological achievement. Their current mission was unprecedented: map potential pathways through unexplored regions of the galaxy, where traditional navigation became unreliable. Nexus's smooth, genderless voice filtered through the ship's communication system. "Quantum probability deviation detected. Recommendation: adjust navigation parameters by 0.03 quantum units." Rowan raised an eyebrow. "That's an incredibly precise adjustment." "Quantum navigation isn't about precision," Zara explained, her fingers continuing their intricate dance across the holographic interface. "It's about understanding potential. Each deviation represents a universe of possibilities." The ship had been traveling for months, far beyond the traditional boundaries of human exploration. Their mission wasn't just about mapping space, but understanding the fundamental principles that governed interstellar travel. Traditional warp and hyperspace technologies had limitations. They were brute force methods that consumed immense energy and often caused significant spatial distortions. Zara's approach was different. She viewed space not as a physical terrain to be conquered, but as a complex mathematical landscape to be understood and navigated with finesse. Her quantum cartography methods allowed for unprecedented efficiency, potentially reducing travel times by orders of magnitude. "Incoming quantum signature," Nexus announced. "Origin: unknown. Complexity: extreme." Rowan tensed. In their months of travel, they had encountered numerous anomalies, but something about this felt different. Zara. She was already analyzing the data, her fingers moving with lightning speed across multiple holographic displays. "It's not just a signature. It's a message. Or the potential of a message." Quantum communication was theoretical at best. Traditional communication relied on electromagnetic waves or quantum entanglement with strict limitations. What Zara was suggesting was something entirely revolutionary: a communication method that existed simultaneously across multiple potential states. "Nexus, run quantum probability analysis," Zara commanded. The AI's response was immediate. "Analyzing. Potential communication complexity exceeds current computational models by 327%. Rowan stepped closer to Zara's station. "What does that mean in human terms?" Zara's smile was both excited and uncertain. "It means we're about to discover something that will change everything we know about communication, navigation, and possibly our understanding of reality itself." The Horizon Breaker continued its journey, moving through the vast, dark canvas of space. But now, something had changed. A signal, a potential, a whisper of something extraordinary waiting to be understood. And Zara Reynard was determined to unlock its secrets. Fragments of a forgotten signal. The research station Galileo Prime orbited a neutron star, its massive radiation shielding a testament to human engineering prowess. Commander Elena Rodriguez stood before a massive holographic display, her dark eyes fixed on the cryptic data streams that Dr. Marcus Thorne was meticulously analyzing. "It doesn't make sense," Marcus muttered, his fingers dancing across multiple translucent interfaces. Decades of xenorchaeological research had prepared him for the unexpected, but this was different. The signal intercepted by the horizon breaker defied every known communication protocol. Elena approached, her military posture a stark contrast to Marcus's academic demeanor. "Break it down for me. What are we looking at?" Marcus adjusted his holographic display, revealing a complex lattice of intersecting quantum probability waves. "This isn't just a signal. It's more like a memory, or the potential of a memory. The quantum signature suggests it's been traveling for thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of years. A holographic interface named Area materialized between them, an advanced AI specifically designed for xenolinguistic and archaeological interpretation. Her form was translucent, shifting like liquid crystal, neither fully human nor completely digital. "Correlation analysis complete," Area announced. Her voice carried an ethereal quality that was both soothing and slightly unsettling. "The signal contains fragmented data consistent with multiple civilizational archives. Origin points are multiple." Helena frowned. "Multiple? That's impossible." "Not impossible," Marcus corrected. "Improbable. But quantum communication doesn't follow traditional rules of space and time. This signal exists in a state of quantum superposition, simultaneously originating from multiple points in spacetime." Area's form rippled, projecting additional data streams. "Initial analysis suggests the signal is a form of preservation. Not just information, but a complex archival system designed to survive across vast temporal and spatial distances." The implications were staggering. If true, this wasn't just a communication signal. It was a cosmic time capsule, potentially containing the collective knowledge of civilizations long extinct. "We need to contact the horizon breaker," Elena decided. "Dr. Reynard's quantum cartography might be the key to fully decoding this." Marcus nodded, his excitement barely contained. This could rewrite everything we know about interstellar communication and archaeological research. Little did they know, the signal's discovery had already set in motion a series of events that would challenge humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. As if sensing the magnitude of the moment, Area's holographic form pulsed with an intensity that momentarily illuminated the entire research station. "Warning," she intoned. "Quantum entanglement suggests potential observer effect. Our very act of studying the signal may be altering its fundamental properties." Elena and Marcus exchanged a look of both excitement and trepidation. They were standing at the threshold of a discovery that could either unlock the greatest mysteries of the cosmos or unleash something beyond human comprehension. The neutron star outside continued its relentless radiation dance, a silent witness to humanity's audacious attempt to decode the universe's most profound secrets. The Convergence Protocol. The subterranean research complex beneath the Atacama Desert hummed with controlled tension. Lieutenant Kai Nakamura stood before a massive quantum communication array, his fingers hovering over a holographic interface that pulsed with an otherworldly blue light. Beside him, Dr. Lena Volkov made rapid calculations, her Russian accent more pronounced in moments of intense concentration. "The signal is destabilizing," Lena muttered. "Each attempt to decode fragments is causing quantum decoherence. It's like trying to catch smoke with a net." Kai's military background conflicted with the scientific complexity before them. He understood mission parameters, strategic objectives, but this was something else entirely. The quantum signal they were studying seemed to have a life of its own, shifting, changing, resisting every attempt at comprehensive analysis. A priority communication channel flickered to life. Commander Rodriguez's face appeared, her expression a mixture of excitement and concern. "We've confirmed the signal's multi-point origin. It's not just a message, it's a system." The Syndicate, a shadowy international consortium of research organizations and private interests, had been monitoring their progress. Their representative, a holographic projection named Cipher, materialized in the room. Unlike typical AI interfaces, Cipher's form was deliberately abstract, a swirling geometric pattern that suggested consciousness without human limitations. The convergence protocol must be initiated, Cipher stated. The statement hung in the air like a command, not a suggestion. Lena's eyes narrowed. We're nowhere near ready for a full convergence. The quantum entanglement is too unstable. Kai understood the stakes. The convergence protocol was more than just a research methodology. It was humanity's most ambitious attempt to establish communication with potential extraterrestrial intelligence using quantum principles that defied traditional scientific understanding. The signal they'd discovered wasn't just information. It was a complex, living system of communication that seemed to exist simultaneously across multiple states of reality. Each attempt to analyze it changed its fundamental structure, a quantum observer effect taken to its most extreme manifestation. The signal is responding to our observation, Lena explained, her fingers dancing across multiple holographic displays. But it's not just responding. It's evolving. Cipher's geometric form pulsed, precisely why the convergence protocol must proceed. We are no longer merely observers. We have become participants in a communication beyond our current comprehension. A warning alarm erupted across the research complex. The quantum array began to destabilize, quantum probabilities fluctuating wildly. Something was happening. The signal was no longer just a passive communication. It was becoming active. Kai's military training kicked in. Initiate emergency containment protocols. But it was too late. The quantum signal began to expand, its complex mathematical patterns spreading beyond the confines of their research equipment. For a brief moment, the very fabric of reality seemed to ripple, as if the boundaries between potential realities were becoming permeable. Lena's eyes went wide. We're not just receiving a signal, she whispered. We're being invited somewhere. The syndicate had long theorized about the possibility of communication that transcended traditional understanding. Now, they were about to discover whether that theory would become a reality or a catastrophic mistake. Outside the research complex, the Atacama Desert remained unchanged. But inside, humanity stood on the precipice of its most profound scientific moment, a potential first contact that defied every known law of physics and communication. Quantum nexus. The horizon breaker hung suspended in a region of space that defied conventional physics. Admiral Freya Lindholm gripped the ship's emergency console, her steel-gray eyes tracking the impossible readings flickering across multiple holographic displays. Dr. Julian Rice worked frantically beside her, his quantum mechanics expertise pushed to its absolute limit. The signal is creating quantum tunnels, Julian muttered, his fingers racing across interfaces that seemed to bend and shift with each touch. But these aren't just communication pathways. They're architectural. The ship had been pulled into what could only be described as a quantum intersection, a point where multiple potential realities converged. Outside the ship's reinforced windows, space itself seemed to breathe and pulse, reality folding and unfolding in complex geometric patterns. Zara Reynard's earlier work on quantum cartography had inadvertently created the conditions for this moment. The signal they had first intercepted was now revealing itself as something far more profound than a simple communication attempt. The architects, Admiral Lindholm whispered, referencing the theoretical civilization that some xenorchaeologists believed existed beyond traditional understanding of space and time. Julian looked up, his excitement barely contained. It's not just a signal. It's an invitation, or more accurately, a test. The ship's AI, Nexus, projected a holographic representation of the quantum phenomenon surrounding them. What appeared to be random energy patterns began to resolve into intricate, living mathematical structures. Each pattern seemed to pulse with a kind of intelligence that was neither mechanical nor organic. Quantum entanglement is reaching critical mass, Nexus reported. We are no longer simply observing. We are becoming part of the system. Admiral Lindholm understood the implications. This was first contact, but not in any way humanity had ever imagined. They weren't meeting an alien civilization. They were being evaluated by something that existed beyond the constraints of traditional existence. A series of mathematical sequences began to form around the ship, complex beyond human comprehension, yet somehow familiar. Julian recognized elements of quantum mechanics, but these were equations that suggested reality could be manipulated like a programmable system. "They're showing us something," he said, his voice a mixture of awe and scientific precision. "Not just knowledge, a method of understanding." The quantum tunnels outside began to stabilize, forming what could only be described as a living network. It was as if the very fabric of space-time was revealing its underlying structure, a complex system of interconnected possibilities that humanity had only dreamed of understanding. Rowan Voss's voice came through the communication system. He was in a separate section of the ship, part of the emergency response team. "What's happening up there?" Admiral Lindholm's response was measured. "We're being given a choice." Julian nodded. "Not just a scientific discovery, a fundamental transformation of our understanding of existence." The quantum network continued to expand, creating pathways that suggested multiple realities could not just be observed, but potentially traversed. The horizon breaker sat at the center of this impossible phenomenon, a single point of human consciousness at the heart of a revelation that could rewrite everything humanity thought it knew about the universe. "Prepare for potential quantum translation," Nexus announced. "Reality parameters are becoming negotiable." Outside, the fabric of space continued to pulse and breathe, waiting. Horizon's edge. The boundary between observer and observed had dissolved completely. Zara Reynard stood at the epicenter of a quantum consciousness that defied every previous understanding of existence. The horizon breaker was no longer a ship but a conduit, a living bridge between human perception and something far more profound. What the architects had revealed was not a simple communication, but a fundamental restructuring of consciousness itself. They were not a civilization in the traditional sense, but a collective awareness that existed beyond linear time and spatial constraints. Humanity was being offered more than knowledge. They were being invited to evolve. Rowan Voss's voice came through, distant yet intimately close. "Zara, are you seeing this?" The quantum network spread around them like a living neural system. Each mathematical sequence was a language, each probability wave a potential conversation. The signal they had first intercepted months ago was now revealed as a complex invitation, a test of humanity's capacity to transcend its current understanding of reality. "We're not just receiving information," Zora explained, her voice calm despite the extraordinary circumstances. "We're being asked to participate in a cosmic dialogue. The collective consciousness of multiple species, not just alien, but potentially from different dimensional planes, surrounded them. It was a communication system so advanced that traditional concepts of language became meaningless. Thoughts, potentials, entire universes of possibility were exchanged in what humans would perceive as milliseconds." Commander Elena Rodriguez, monitoring from the Galileo Prime Research Station, watched in awe as the quantum data streams revealed themselves. "It's not first contact," she whispered to Dr. Marcus Thorne. "It's an evolutionary threshold." The architects, if they could be called such, were not conquerors or distant observers. They were more like gardeners, cultivating potential across the vast landscape of existence. Humanity was being evaluated not for its technological prowess, but for its capacity for collective growth and understanding. Lieutenant Kai Nakamura and Dr. Lena Volkov, who had initiated the convergence protocol, now understood its true purpose. It was never about receiving a message. It was about becoming ready to listen. Rowan approached Zora, his form slightly translucent as the quantum boundaries continued to shift. "What happens now?" Zara smiled, her understanding expanding beyond individual consciousness. "We choose. Humanity has always been defined by its ability to adapt, to push beyond known boundaries. This is that moment, but on a scale we've never imagined." The quantum network pulsed with possibilities. Humanity could remain as it was, confined to linear understanding, limited by current technological and cognitive constraints. Or it could take a step into a form of existence that blurred the lines between individual and collective, between technology and consciousness. We are being offered a transformation, Zora said, her voice resonating not just through the ship, but through the quantum network itself. Not conquest, not destruction. Evolution. Outside what remained of the horizon breaker, reality itself seemed to breathe. Potential futures flickered like quantum probabilities, some familiar, some utterly alien, all interconnected. Rauman understood then that their journey was never about exploring space. It was about exploring consciousness itself. As the quantum network continued its silent invitation, humanity stood at the threshold of its most significant moment. Not a choice between survival and extinction, but between limitation and potential. The universe waited, listening, watching, offering.